Are you a business owner with a decent credit score and an established business, but still struggling to get approved for business credit? I've been there before myself and used to repeatedly get denied for business funding until I learned this crucial concept. In this video, I'm going to show you why you're still getting denied business credit, what lenders are actually looking at when you're submitting an application, and the proven strategy that I've used to turn denials into business credit approvals and rack up hundreds of thousands in funding. But first, I want to take you back to when I started my entrepreneurial journey. I had grown a business that was making money and I was ready to scale it to the next level, but I needed more capital to make that happen. So I started applying for business credit. Unsurprisingly, I just ran into denial after denial, and I found myself blaming banks and lenders for what was happening to me. But once I figured this out, everything changed, and I started getting 5-figure approvals to grow my business. Stay to the end of this video because I'm going to show you exactly how I did it. Most entrepreneurs think they can just skip right to business credit once they have an LLC established with a business bank account. And don't let me get started on that 30s. But this couldn't be further from the truth. Here's what banks aren't telling you. They rely on multiple factors to determine if they're going to approve your business for funding or not. Even if you have a decent business, a proper structure, and open other accounts with them, they will still deny you business credit. The reason is, if you want the bag from lenders, they have to trust you. If you're new to business credit as a small business, the biggest factor that lenders will rely on is your personal credit. And not just your score alone. It's about having a fully optimized profile that shows you're lendable. Even a strong business on paper means nothing if the banks think you're not trustworthy as the business owner. I had a student who needed business funding to purchase more vehicles for their Turo business and then wanted to leverage that into real estate. They came to me with a credit score in the 700s, a business entity that was decently structured with money in the bank. You would think that this was an ideal candidate for banks to offer business credit to, right? That's the first mistake most business owners fall into. He blindly submitted business credit applications, but received constant denials based on this one factor, a thin personal credit profile. Your personal credit is like the cosigner your business didn't know it needed. It's like when you try to go get an apartment for the very first time. Even though you have the money to pay for the apartment and are ready to get it on your own, the landlord still asks you for a cosigner to be approved and move in. This is because you're still relatively new on your journey and haven't shown the history that you can be trusted to pay your own debts. So they ask for a cosigner just in case at some point you wind up not being able to hold up your end of the bargain. This is the same thing banks and lenders do to small businesses who haven't yet established a credit history of their own. Now that you understand why your personal credit is crucial to your business success, let's get into how to make sure you never get denied by lenders again. I get it, bag chasers. Hearing that your personal credit still matters when it comes to your business might sting a little bit, especially when you've put so much effort into getting your business off the ground in the first place. But the thing is, knowing how to properly structure your credit report is key. It'll turn constant denials into unlimited funding that'll take your business to new heights. Having a good credit score without a strong profile is comparable to the guy who shows up to the games in all the best gear, but isn't actually that good.
I've been practicing.
Knock it off.
Yeah, you look great on the outside, but when we take a closer look at your game, we can tell that you don't have what it takes to perform when those lights come on.
Yeah.
Don't be that person. Let's get your game right and go through a framework which I call the lender lens. This strategy focuses on the 5 key areas lenders are silently looking at to approve you for business credit. If you're maxing out all your available credit and only paying back the minimum requirements, well, lenders will assume that you're going to do the same thing with business credit. The first thing lenders will check is how you're handling your current credit balances and debt. This is called high utilization, and it's a huge risk that lenders will avoid at all costs. You want to target your overall utilization at somewhere between 10 to 15%. Under 10% is even better. This shows that you don't have to use every dollar given to you to sustain your lifestyle and that you can manage your finances efficiently. If a bank pulls your credit profile and you have even one maxed out card, this can look like you're overextending your debt and lead to a denial. The next thing lenders will check is how seasoned your profile is. And no, I'm not talking about adding a dash of salt to your credit. Your credit history and its age show how long you've been actively using your credit and lending accounts. This lets lenders know that you're not new to the credit game and that they can trust you based on your track record of previous accounts. The goal here is 3 to 5 plus years of credit history. The older, the better. A credit profile with less than 3 years of history can mean more risk for a lender to take on. And the greater the risk, the greater the chances you are of being denied for business funding. But your utilization rate and credit age aren't the only things that lenders will want to see if you want those high limit approvals for your business. They also want to know that you pay back your debt on time. This is called your payment history. There's no way around it. You must have 100% on-time payments if you want business credit. Anything below that is an instant red flag and will get your application denied. Banks and lenders have internal ranking systems that we don't see. And even just one 30-day late payment can drop your internal score 50 to 100 points. I advise all my students to turn on the auto pay feature for all their credit cards and lines of credit to ensure that they at least make the minimum payment and avoid the risk of getting a late payment on their credit. This is a no-brainer, especially as you start to add more credit cards to your arsenal. Now, you gotta understand, all debt is not created equal. Most business owners overlook this, but it's one of the biggest cheat codes in getting business credit approvals. The fourth things lenders judge your approval on is what type of accounts that you have on your profile. Credit cards, traditional loans, student loans, store cards, auto loans, they all hold different weight when it comes to strengthening your credit profile. This is called your credit mix. There are normally 3 categories that this breaks down to. The first is revolving accounts. These are open credit lines that have flexible repayment terms. This means credit cards and lines of credit, and keep it in mind that bank cards do hold more weight than store branded cards. Then you have installment accounts. These are loans that come with fixed payments. That means auto loans, student loans, and credit builder loans. Then lastly, you have what I call specialty accounts, and these are mortgages and HELOCs. Having a mix of multiple of these types of accounts shows that you're financially well-rounded and that you can handle different types of debt. The optimal goal here is to have at least 3 to 5 revolving accounts. And these are primary accounts that are in your name because lenders can tell if you're just an authorized user that has been put on someone else's card. Then you want to have at least 1 to 2 installment accounts. And having a mortgage or an almost paid off auto loan can really help here. A strong credit mix gives you a strong chance that lenders will trust you with a business credit bag when you apply. But no matter how high your score is or how long your mix of credit history goes back, there's still one thing that can absolutely kill your chances at getting approved for business credit. These red flags are deal breakers for lenders. And even if the rest of your credit report is spotless, missing this is like having a big juice stain in the middle of a fresh, clean white shirt. When I first started trying to obtain business credit, this was my biggest obstacle. Although I had a good credit score, I built relationships with banks, and had a good mix of credit on my profile, I also had a Verizon bill that got put into collections. Every time I applied for business credit, I got denied. And when I asked why, I was always told I had too many derogatory accounts on my report. The crazy thing is, it was only 1. So I really had to put the time in to repair my credit and make sure I got that derogatory account removed. It wasn't easy, but I stayed patient and I got it done. Not only did this removal increase my score by over 50 points, but it also opened the door for me to start getting consistent approvals from lenders. And this is what taught me the power of having a clean and structured personal credit profile. I'm talking about derogatory accounts. Derogatories include accounts that have been sent to collections, charge-offs, tax liens, and definitely bankruptcies. Accounts get to this status when you haven't paid the creditor in so long, they decide to close your account and sell it off to a debt collector. This will kill your chances at funding faster than anything else. This shows lenders you have a history of not paying back your debts, and you might run off with the bag if they decide to give it to you. That's the biggest risk that banks want to avoid. Derogatory accounts are instant denials. Now, although those derogatory accounts are suicide, having excessive inquiries can also kill your chances at business credit. More than 2 to 3 inquiries on your credit profile shows lenders that you've just been out there asking a bunch of people for money. And the irony is, banks only want to give money to people that they think don't need it. You have to change the way you look at your profile and start looking at it through the lender's lens. This will help you turn those constant denials into consistent approvals when you go for business credit. Now, let's be real. The lender lens is just the minimum requirement you need to get into the game. The goal here isn't to barely qualify for business credit. It's to be so prepared before submitting an application that lenders and banks actually compete to give your business funding. This takes you from hoping you get approved to being able to pick and choose what lenders you get credit from, kinda like a kid in a candy store. This is the next level. Positioning yourself to be a business that lenders want to do business with and give the bag to. This is what separates you from the pack. I call it the fundability stack. This is a method that you layer on top of the lender lens so that you can create a for sure 6-figure fundable credit profile. Once you limit your risk downside, this is what increases your approval amounts to the maximum. Lenders don't just pull your profile from the 3 major credit bureaus. They also gather information from secondary bureaus like LexisNexis, SageStream, Innovis, and the check systems. If all of your information doesn't match on these as well, it looks fishy to lenders. But you can fix this easily. Here's how. Make sure you update all of your personal information on these secondary credit bureaus before you apply for any funding. That means name, address, phone number, even your birthday. All of this information must match on the primary credit bureaus, but the secondary ones as well. And most of these can be updated directly on the website, but some of them you will have to mail in to update the info. This should be an easy fix if you want 6 figures of funding for your business. And we already know that lenders are big on credit, age, and mix. This next stacking method is about adding depth to your profile to make it as strong as possible. But how do you do that? Well, you want to make sure you have as many primary accounts with as much age as possible. The question is, what do you do if you don't already have the credit cards in your name that give you the boost that you need? This is where age primary trade lines come into play. Remember, banks and lenders can tell if you've just been added as an authorized user on someone else's accounts. They don't hold nearly the same weight as you have in a primary. So if you don't have 3 to 5 primary accounts reporting on your profile already, you can add them by using companies like self and credit strong loan programs, secured credit cards from institutions like Navy Fed, Capital One, and Discover. Plus, you can use a tool like Rent Reporters, which allows you to report your rent and backdate it a few years on your profile to ensure that you get a little bit more of a primary with age on it. Having primary accounts like these on your credit profile adds an extra layer of depth that lenders want to see to be able to trust you and fund your business. And now that all the information on your profile matches and you have the primaries that lenders want to see, there's one more element to the fundability stack to make sure that your business gets the approvals that it needs. We know that utilization is a key data point for lenders, but did you know that you can still raise a red flag even if you're at the 10 to 15% goal? If you have one card that is holding most of your debt and is close to its credit limit, it can still be seen as a sign of risk for lenders. And that's because they look at your individual account usage as well, not just your overall utilization. Here's how to fix this before banks deny you for being over leveraged. And this isn't hard to do if you have multiple credit cards at your disposal. Instead of holding all your debt on just one card, spread out your credit balances as evenly as possible across multiple credit cards and lines. And if you do have to put a little bit more on one card, make sure it's the one with the lowest interest rate. And then focus on paying back the cards with the higher interest rates first. This balances out your debt exposure and shows lenders that you can manage multiple cards effectively. Now it's time to bring everything we learned full circle. First, we broke down the lender lens method, the 5 key elements of your personal profile that lenders look at when you submit a business credit application. If just one of them is out of alignment, it could be the reason that you're getting denied funding, even with a good credit score. Then we covered the fundability stack, 3 underlying strategies that take you from acceptable to undeniable. This is what makes banks compete to fund you instead of you chasing them. But the only remaining question is, now that your profile is fully optimized to get approved for business credit, how and where do you go to get the most funding in the shortest amount of time? Watch this video next, where I show you the exact formula me and my students use to unlock over $100,000 in business credit in less than 30 days. Let's get it.